And next I have Leah Wilson.
Thank you, Counselor. Good morning, Council members, and thank you for the opportunity to testify. My name is Leah Wilson, and I'm a student at Howard Law, and I'm also speaking on behalf of STAND. Today, my colleagues and I are asking Council to recognize the issues in emergency legislation that addresses consent searches. We applaud Council for recognizing the problems with consent searches. However, we respectfully ask Council to consider a better solution by recognizing the ineffectiveness of Miranda warning when an attorney is not present. And this better solution can be found in the amended language on Appendix I of our proposal. The current emergency legislation requires a law enforcement officer to warn a civilian their right to withhold consent during a stop. This consent warning is like a Miranda warning, which was implemented to protect and allow individuals to waive their right while in custody. However, research tells us Miranda warning does not work because of the power imbalance between civilians and officers. In fact, 4 out of 5 people waive their Miranda right. Therefore, Miranda warning does not guarantee a person's ability to assert their right. In the 2019 case of Doizer versus the United States, the DC Court of Appeals stated, "We cannot turn a blind eye to the reality that not all encounters with the police proceed on the same footing, but are based on experiences and expectations, including stereotypical impressions on both sides." These stereotypical impressions in consent searches far too greatly impact one side of DC's most vulnerable populations, our Black community and our children. Our Black community know all too well of stereotypical impressions of being dangerous criminals based on stereotypical threats. And social science tells us and proves what we already know, that when we interact with an officer, we must comply to prove our innocence, and at times, save our lives. Our children refrain from waiving their rights out of fear. A child in the DC Youth Court Diversion Program was taught by law professors and law students to say, "I do not consent to searches," and "Am I free to leave?" His response, "What if the police think I'm a smartass if I ask if I am free to leave and retaliate by hurting or arresting me?" And the world saw this again in the Central Park jogger case when teenagers waived their Miranda rights because they thought the police would let them leave. The result? 5 children wrongfully sentenced to up to life in prison. The vulnerable populations in all of DC deserve the best solution, and a warning does not suffice unless an attorney is present to empower and protect that right. We finally ask Council to make this emergency legislation permanent, but also consider our reasoning and amended language on Appendix I of our proposal. Thank you for your time.